What does it take for a person to remain calm under insult and maintain dignity in the face of disrespect? This question lingered as the story of Jung Hae-in's security guard unfolded at a high-profile charity event in bustling Seoul, South Korea. It was a crisp autumn evening, and the grand ballroom of the Lotte Hotel was buzzing with the anticipation of celebrities, influencers, and philanthropists gathered for the annual Hearts for Children Gala, an event dedicated to raising funds for underprivileged children. Among the glittering attendees was South Korean actor Jung Hae-in, known for his roles in drama series and movies as well as for his philanthropic activities. Accompanying him was his trusted security guard, Min-ho, a former military officer with a robust build and a stern face that masked his gentle nature. As the event proceeded, Jung Hae-in was his usual charismatic self, engaging with fans and participants, his presence adding a star-studded appeal to the evening. Min-ho, vigilant as always, kept a discreet distance, ensuring his charge was safe without intruding on the festivities. However, the harmony of the evening was soon disrupted. During a particularly crowded segment of the event, as Jung Hae-in was about to speak about the charity's impact, a well-dressed but noticeably inebriated businessman, stumbling slightly, made his way toward the stage. Min-ho, spotting potential trouble, moved swiftly yet unobtrusively to intercept the man. His approach, however, was met with unexpected hostility. "Get your hands off me, you lowly bodyguard," the man slurred loudly, his voice dripping with disdain, loud enough for nearby attendees to turn their heads. A hush fell over the nearest groups. Such open disrespect was uncommon and jarring. Min-ho, despite the insult, maintained his composure. With a calm yet firm voice, he replied, "Sir, please calm down. Let's enjoy the evening and support this wonderful cause." His professionalism in handling the situation was palpable, but the businessman scoffed, attempting to push past Min-ho. Jung Hae-in, witnessing the unfolding scene, quickly stepped down from the stage, his expression one of concern mixed with resolve. He approached the duo, placing a hand on Min-ho's shoulder and addressing the businessman with a polite yet firm tone. "This man," he gestured to Min-ho, "deserves your respect. He is not only here to ensure my safety but the safety of all present, including yours." The businessman, now realizing the attention his actions had garnered, seemed to shrink back slightly. Jung Hae-in continued, "We are all here tonight for a noble cause, to help those who are less fortunate. Let's not forget the spirit of this event." Silence enveloped the room. It was as if everyone was holding their breath. The businessman, his face flushing a deeper shade of red, finally muttered an apology to Min-ho and staggered away, guided by a friend. Jung Hae-in turned to Min-ho, gratitude and respect evident in his eyes. The crowd, moved by the actor's defense of his security guard and the dignity with which both men handled the situation, burst into applause. The incident, though brief, left a powerful impression. The event resumed, but the moment of conflict, and more importantly, the manner of its resolution, became a highlight. It wasn't just about a night of raising funds but about demonstrating respect, integrity, and the importance of every individual, regardless of their role. As the evening drew to a close, Jung Hae-in took a moment during his closing remarks to emphasize the lessons learned. "Tonight, we witnessed an act of disrespect, but we also saw the power of dignity and calmness in the face of it. Let us take this lesson beyond tonight, treating everyone with the respect they deserve, recognizing the roles they play in our lives and in society." The story of that night spread beyond the walls of the Lotte Hotel, shared on social media, and talked about in news outlets, not just for the funds raised but for the profound human values displayed. It served as a poignant reminder that every individual, regardless of their position or job, warrants respect and consideration, and sometimes, the most powerful response to disrespect is not retaliation, but a calm and dignified resolve. In a world quick to judge and slow to empathize, the story of Jung Hae-in and his security guard, Min-ho, stands as a testament to the strength of character and the impact of treating all with respect and dignity. Continuing from there, the incident at the Hearts for Children Gala not only raised questions about societal behavior but also sparked a wider conversation about the value of every individual, irrespective of their social standing or occupation. In the days following the event, Jung Hae-in and Min-ho received numerous messages of support and admiration from fans and the public alike. People were touched by the way they had handled the situation, turning what could have been an ugly confrontation into a moment of profound unity and respect. Editorials in newspapers and features on news channels highlighted the incident as a beacon of hope and civility in a world often marred by rudeness and disrespect. Inspired by the overwhelming response, Jung Hae-in decided to use this moment as a stepping stone to promote greater awareness about the importance of respect and dignity. He partnered with several non-profit organizations to launch a campaign titled Respect for All, which aimed at educating people about the significance of respecting everyone, regardless of their job or status in society. Min-ho, who had always maintained a low profile, found himself at the center of this campaign. He was initially hesitant, feeling uncomfortable in the limelight. However, realizing the potential impact of his involvement, he agreed to share his story. In various interviews and public appearances, Min-ho spoke about his experiences, emphasizing that the respect he received from Jung Hae-in made him not only a better security guard but a better person. The campaign gained momentum, with schools and corporations adopting the Respect for All seminars and workshops. It highlighted real-life scenarios of disrespect and taught practical ways to foster a respectful environment. Moreover, it encouraged individuals to stand up against disrespect in a dignified manner, just as Jung Hae-in and Min-ho had done. Months later, the campaign had grown national, with significant influence on corporate policies and educational curricula. Companies began to implement stricter codes of conduct regarding respect in the workplace, and schools incorporated respect and dignity into their core values. As the campaign's influence spread, Jung Hae-in reflected on the journey during an anniversary event of the Hearts for Children Gala. Standing on the same stage where the initial incident occurred, he shared, "A year ago, we faced a moment that tested our principles. But it also offered us an opportunity to lead by example. Today, I see a community that has embraced the spirit of respect for all. This isn't just about Min-ho or me, it's about all of us and the kind of society we want to build." The audience, moved by his words, gave a standing ovation, not just for his achievements as an actor, but for his role in championing a cause that improved the fabric of society. As the night concluded, the story of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho remained a testament to the power of handling disrespect with grace and dignity. It reminded everyone that each person has the potential to affect change, not through grand gestures, but through simple, everyday acts of respect and kindness. Through this narrative, the message is clear: in a world that often seems divided, the respect we offer to one another is the bridge that can unite us. Every act of kindness and respect sends ripples through society, building a stronger, more compassionate world for future generations. This is the legacy of that fateful night, a legacy of respect, dignity, and unwavering grace under pressure. Continuing from a legacy of respect and dignity, the impact of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho's actions reached far beyond the immediate audience. The story, symbolizing the triumph of grace over aggression, resonated with people globally, sparking discussions about the nature of respect and the inherent dignity of every individual. In schools, children were taught using this story as an example in moral education classes. Teachers emphasized the importance of treating everyone with respect, regardless of their job or background. They used role-playing exercises where students acted out scenarios to learn how to respond courteously and maintain composure in challenging situations. The story of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho served as a powerful teaching tool, inspiring the next generation to uphold the values of decency and respect. Meanwhile, in corporate environments, the narrative influenced leadership training programs. Executives were encouraged to lead by example, promoting a culture of respect and integrity just as Jung Hae-in had done. Workshops focused on interpersonal respect and the importance of safeguarding dignity within the workplace were developed, drawing from the real-life examples set at the gala. Companies began to see the value in fostering an environment where every employee felt valued and respected, leading to improved morale and productivity. The campaign also touched the entertainment industry, often criticized for its harsh environments and the treatment of staff. Inspired by Jung Hae-in's public defense of his security guard, production companies started initiatives to improve working conditions for all staff, especially those in less visible roles. This shift not only improved working conditions but also elevated the overall quality of productions, as every member of the team felt more respected and motivated. In the public sphere, the Respect for All campaign initiated by Jung Hae-in led to the creation of community centers where people from various walks of life could come together to learn about different cultures and professions. These centers offered workshops and seminars on conflict resolution, cultural sensitivity, and the importance of mutual respect in building a cohesive community. As the campaign's reach expanded, it influenced policies at a governmental level. Local governments began to integrate respect and dignity into public service training programs. Public servants, from police officers to healthcare workers, were trained in interpersonal skills that emphasized respect for the community members they served. This not only improved the quality of public services but also strengthened the bond between the community and those serving it. Years later, the impact of that night at the Hearts for Children Gala continued to resonate. Annual events were held to commemorate the incident, each year focusing on different aspects of respect and dignity in society. These events not only raised funds for various charitable causes but also served as a platform to share stories of individuals and communities that had been transformed by the principles of the Respect for All campaign. Jung Hae-in, reflecting on the years since the gala, noted, "What began as a moment of defending a friend turned into a movement that transformed our society. It showed us that respect is not just a courtesy but a powerful force that can change lives." As the story of that night and its aftermath is shared through documentaries, books, and online platforms, it continues to inspire and teach. It serves as a reminder that while disrespect can be momentarily disarming, the response of dignity and calm can have an enduring impact, echoing through generations. Thus, the legacy of that evening at the Hearts for Children Gala lives on, a beacon of hope and a testament to the power of respect and dignity in creating a more compassionate and unified world. It underscores the profound truth that every individual has the capacity to contribute to societal change, through acts of kindness, respect, and an unwavering commitment to uphold the dignity of all. Continuing from the profound legacy of that eventful evening, the narrative of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho didn't just stay confined within the borders of their own country but sparked a global dialogue about the essence of respect and the universal dignity of all people. International forums and human rights organizations began to cite their story as a case study in workshops and conferences aimed at promoting peace and respectful interactions among diverse populations. In regions torn by conflict and misunderstanding, the story of how a popular actor stood up for his security guard in a respectful yet firm manner became a symbol of peaceful resolution. Mediators used it as an example to show that respect can bridge seemingly insurmountable gaps between conflicting parties. The message was clear: if respect could transform a high-tension incident at a gala into a movement for societal betterment, it could certainly play a role in healing broader societal divides. Furthermore, the story encouraged individuals to reflect on their own behaviors and the way they treat those who are often overlooked in society. It sparked personal journeys of self-improvement and encouraged many to volunteer in community services, aiming to spread the culture of respect and dignity they had been inspired by. Personal blogs, social media posts, and community podcasts began to blossom, each sharing ways to incorporate respect into daily interactions. Educational institutions worldwide integrated the lessons learned from Jung Hae-in and Min-ho's experience into their curricula. Universities held symposiums on ethical leadership, inviting CEOs and managers who had implemented respect-oriented policies in their workplaces to speak. These events inspired a new generation of leaders, imbued with the principles of respect and integrity, ready to lead societal change in their respective fields. The story also reached the arts and entertainment industry globally. Filmmakers, inspired by the real-life story, produced documentaries and feature films highlighting the themes of respect and the impact of dignified responses to aggression. These films not only entertained but served as educational tools, providing viewers with insights on how to handle disrespect gracefully and effectively. As the years passed, the initial incident at the Hearts for Children Gala became a historical milestone, remembered not for the conflict itself but for the positive aftermath and enduring changes it inspired. Annual awards were established in honor of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho, recognizing individuals or groups worldwide who exemplified the ability to turn disrespectful situations into opportunities for promoting dignity and respect. Jung Hae-in, reflecting on the transformative journey sparked by his defense of Min-ho, shared in a widely viewed interview, "Looking back, I realized the magnitude of what seemed like a simple act of support. It wasn't just about standing up for Min-ho, it was about standing up for the principle that every person deserves respect, no matter their position or role. This principle has the power to change societies." In conclusion, the incident at the gala and its aftermath did not just fade away as a momentary news story, it evolved into a lasting legacy of respect and dignity. It served as a reminder and an inspiration that even in moments of disrespect, a calm and respectful response can catalyze significant positive change, influencing individuals, communities, and even global policies. The legacy of Jung, Hae-in and Minho continues to teach and inspire, proving that respect and kindness are indeed powerful enough to change the world. Reflecting on the profound transformation ignited by that pivotal moment at the gala, communities across the globe began to adopt respect days, dedicated to celebrating and reinforcing the culture of mutual respect and understanding among all societal members. These annual events included activities such as workshops, public speeches, and awards ceremonies recognizing individuals who, like Jung Hae-in, had demonstrated extraordinary acts of dignity and respect in the face of disrespect or adversity. Schools and universities leveraged this renewed focus on respect to launch initiatives aimed at bullying prevention and conflict resolution. Programs were developed to foster an environment where students learn not only academic skills but also social-emotional learning, emphasizing empathy, respect, and the importance of positive interactions. In the healthcare sector, the story of Jung Hae-in and Minho influenced the implementation of patient-centered care models that prioritized respect for patients' dignity, cultural beliefs, and values as central components of healthcare delivery. Hospitals and clinics held seminars and trainings, using the story as a case study to illustrate the importance of every interaction within the healthcare system. The narrative also touched the hearts of those in senior management and human resources across various industries, who began to rethink their approaches to workplace culture. They introduced respect audits to evaluate how well their organizations lived up to the ideals of respect and dignity at every level, from the executive suite to the frontline employees. Changes were made to ensure that workplaces were not only spaces of efficiency and productivity but also of mutual respect and support. The impact of Jung Hae-in's and Minho's story even reached governmental levels, influencing national campaigns aimed at improving public discourse and political debate. Leaders were encouraged to engage with each other and the public in a manner that was respectful and constructive, setting a tone that permeated throughout governmental interactions. Internationally, the United Nations took note of the widespread influence of this movement, incorporating the principles demonstrated by Jung Hae-in into their peacekeeping and conflict resolution training programs. The story was used to teach diplomats and international delegates about the power of respect in negotiations and diplomacy, reinforcing the idea that respect is not merely a social nicety but a cornerstone of effective and peaceful international relations. As this culture of respect continued to grow, media outlets began to change their approach to reporting, focusing more on stories that highlighted acts of kindness, respect, and unity. This shift helped to alter the public's perception, moving away from a focus on sensationalism and conflict towards a recognition and appreciation of humanity and mutual respect. Documentaries and feature films about the story of Jung Hae-in and Minho became educational tools in film festivals and were used in cultural sensitivity training programs worldwide. These films detailed not just the events of that night but also followed the ripple effects through the years, showcasing the global movement that had begun from a single act of respect. As this narrative unfolded, it became clear that what started as a simple act of defense at a charity gala had evolved into a global movement. It wasn't just about one person standing up for another, it was about setting a profound example of how treating each other with respect and dignity could lead to widespread social change. Thus, the legacy of that night at the Hearts for Children Gala continued to grow, reaching far beyond the initial incident, transforming lives and communities across the world. It served as a powerful testament to the fact that respect and kindness are not signs of weakness, but foundational strengths that can alter the course of interactions, relationships, and even history itself. In closing, the story of Jung Hae-in and Minho is a reminder to us all: each act of respect and dignity, no matter how small it may seem, holds the potential to ignite a chain reaction of positive change. It beckons us to consider how we can each contribute to creating a more respectful and compassionate world, one interaction at a time. As Jung Hae-in himself once said, "It's not just about being right, it's about being kind and respectful." That's what truly changes the world. And indeed, their story continues to inspire and resonate, proving that even in the face of disrespect, a response filled with dignity and calm is not only possible but profoundly impactful. From this profound realization, communities globally not only celebrated respect days but also began to implement more permanent structures to ensure that this ethos of respect permeated everyday life. Cities around the world installed respect booths where individuals could go to learn about the importance of mutual respect, share their own stories of dignity, or even seek advice on how to handle situations where they felt disrespected. The ripple effects of Jung Hae-in's and Minho's story did not stop at public events and institutional changes. They seeped into the personal lives of individuals, inspiring acts of kindness and respect in daily interactions. For instance, in a small town in Canada, a school teacher inspired by Jung Hae-in's story began a project called the Respect Chain, where students would perform random acts of kindness and tag others to do the same. This initiative went viral, spreading to schools in different countries, creating a chain reaction of kindness. In the corporate world, a multinational company introduced a new policy inspired by the principles of respect and dignity demonstrated by Jung Hae-in. They established a respect index which measured the level of respect employees felt in their workplace environment. This index helped the company identify areas for improvement and develop training programs that fostered a more respectful and inclusive workplace culture. The entertainment industry, too, continued to play a pivotal role in spreading the message. A popular streaming service launched a series titled Acts of Respect, which dramatized real-life stories of people standing up against disrespect in various forms. The series was a hit and was credited with starting conversations about respect and dignity in homes around the world. On an individual level, the story of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho inspired countless personal blogs and social media posts where people shared their own experiences with respect and disrespect. One such story was of an elderly woman in Brazil who, inspired by Jung Hae-in's actions, stood up against a group of teenagers harassing a street vendor. Her courage not only stopped the harassment but also changed the teenagers' perspective, leading them to volunteer at a local community center. The narrative also had a profound impact on policies at a governmental level. Inspired by the global movement, several governments incorporated respect and dignity into their educational curricula as core values. This policy shift aimed at nurturing future generations who inherently understood and practiced these values, thus ensuring a lasting impact. Internationally, the United Nations declared an annual Global Respect Day, which was celebrated with events, speeches, and ceremonies around the world. This day served as a reminder of the power of respect and the positive change it can bring about in society. As the story of that night at the Hearts for Children Gala continued to inspire, it was clear that the world was slowly but surely changing. Respect and dignity, once overlooked, were now regarded as essential pillars of society. The impact of Jung Hae-in's and Min-ho's story was evident in the increased awareness and active practice of respect across different sectors of society. In reflecting on the global movement that had originated from a single act of respect, it was evident that the world had not only listened but had been moved to action. The legacy of that night continued to teach and inspire, proving that respect and kindness could indeed change the world. In conclusion, the story of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho serves as a powerful testament to the impact that a single moment of respect can have on the world. It reminds us that our actions, no matter how small, can initiate waves of positive change. This story not only inspires but challenges each of us to be agents of respect and dignity, proving that these values can indeed build a more compassionate and harmonious world. As we move forward, let us carry the torch that Jung Hae-in and Min-ho lit, spreading the light of respect and kindness wherever we go. Continuing from where the narrative left off, the legacy of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho did not merely ripple through public events and personal lives, it sparked a deeper cultural shift that transcended borders and languages. As more individuals, communities, and nations embraced the ethos of respect and dignity, the narrative began to reshape global cultural identities, forging connections that were rooted in mutual understanding and shared values. In educational settings, teachers worldwide began incorporating stories like Jung Hae-in's into their curricula as case studies to illustrate the profound impact of ethical behavior and respect. These lessons went beyond theoretical knowledge, providing students with real-world examples of moral courage and the benefits of upholding dignity amidst adversity. Moreover, the business sector saw an unprecedented rise in the implementation of ethical practices. Companies started to realize that a culture of respect not only improved employee morale but also enhanced customer satisfaction and brand loyalty. Corporate leaders, inspired by the story of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho, initiated ethics training programs and established awards for employees who exemplified respect and integrity in their professional interactions. In the realm of politics, the narrative prompted a re-evaluation of rhetoric and behavior. Political leaders, influenced by the global movement towards respect, began to hold themselves and their colleagues to higher standards of conduct. Legislative bodies worldwide introduced civility codes, guidelines designed to foster a more respectful and constructive political discourse. This shift significantly reduced the polarization and toxicity that had once characterized political debates, opening the door to more effective governance and cooperation. The influence of Jung Hae-in's story reached even the entertainment industry, where filmmakers, musicians, and artists began to create works that emphasize themes of respect, kindness, and human dignity. These works not only entertained but also educated and inspired audiences around the globe, reinforcing the message that respect is a universal language that can unite diverse cultures and communities. Social media platforms, recognizing their role in shaping societal attitudes, launched campaigns promoting positive communication and respect online. These platforms introduced new features to discourage disrespectful behavior and highlight content that exemplified positive interpersonal interactions. As a result, online communities became more supportive and less tolerant of abuse, leading to healthier and more constructive social media environments. The impact of the movement was also evident in legal reforms. Several countries revised their laws to ensure that respect and dignity were upheld in all spheres of public life, including workplaces, schools, and public services. These legal changes were a testament to the enduring influence of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho's story, embedding the principles of respect into the very fabric of legal systems worldwide. As the years passed, the initial act of respect at the charity gala evolved into a robust global doctrine, known as the Respect Doctrine, which served as a guiding principle for interpersonal and international relations. This doctrine was endorsed by global leaders and became a cornerstone of diplomatic training programs, emphasizing that respect and understanding were key to resolving conflicts and building a peaceful world. The annual Global Respect Day continued to be a major event, celebrated with various activities that showcased the progress societies had made in embracing respect as a core value. These celebrations were broadcast worldwide, allowing people from different parts of the globe to participate virtually, share their stories of respect, and learn from each other. Reflecting on this transformative journey, it becomes clear that the story of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho did more than change individual lives, it sparked a global renaissance of respect. This renaissance not only healed divisions but also built bridges between disparate communities, proving that respect is not just an ethical choice but a vital tool for social cohesion and global harmony. In conclusion, the enduring legacy of that transformative moment at the Hearts for Children Gala is a testament to the power of individual acts of respect to inspire a global movement. It challenges us to continue promoting respect and dignity in every interaction, reinforcing the notion that each of us holds the potential to influence the world profoundly. As we carry forward this legacy, let us remember that our commitment to respect and kindness is not just for today but for generations to come, ensuring a brighter, more unified future for all. From this broader cultural and societal shift, the world witnessed not just a change in actions, but a transformation in mindset. The legacy of Jung Hae-in and Min-ho became a beacon for the potential of human decency and respect to transcend superficial differences and forge deep, meaningful connections.